Welcome to the Manly Man Club, where men do not hate on each other. We work together and go fishing and hunting and talk about the ladies.
Well, Dylan, welcome to the Manly Man Club.
Thank you. And welcome everybody to the Screw City Podcast. What's up, fuckers?
What's up, everybody?
What's up? I love how the Zoom call fucking cut out as soon as
you heard the best part.
Yeah, it was welcome to the Screw City Podcast. So, what do you do, Dylan? You guys know who we are.
Yeah, you know who we are. We
What's
don't
up,
have
everybody?
I'm sick of doing that. We were changing that up. So anyway, I forgot to mention that. We don't need to do that anymore.
Okay.
Anyway, there we go. What do you do, Dylan?
Yeah, I am the vocalist of Dead Awake, Rockford hardcore kind of deathcore band. I also have a job, but that's not nearly as cool. So.
That's just
the reason why you hear
about the job. Yeah, actually, sorry.
Yeah, we're actually want to talk about the job.
Yeah, we don't care about the band stuff. No, I'm kidding.
All right.
This is a trades podcast.
Sweet. So yeah, so you're vocalist for Dead Awake. How long has the band been together? How long you been doing this shit?
Yeah, I think we've been, because I joined a little bit later, but we've been a band since I want to say early 2018. So about going on 3 years now with a brief hiatus in between there. But yeah, so I've been there since I think January of 2018. I joined as a second vocalist, and then the other vocalist parted ways with us and everything like that. So here I am.
You're like, yes, still going. Finally.
You took on the reins.
Yeah, but no hate towards Noah.
No,
Noah's great. Noah's a great guy.
So for people who don't know of the kind of music that you play, you said it's a metalcore. For vocals, is it just strictly screaming? Because you said you were also in the band as a dual, as a secondary vocalist when you first came in. So were you both doing screams, or did you also working some harmonies with them, or
Yeah, I mean, it kind of was a little bit of both. We were both doing harsh vocals for the most part, but we do have a few melodic songs on our docket and everything like that I've done cleans on, that Noah used to do cleans on. We have a couple other songs in the works, with other cleans and stuff added on top of it, but mostly it was just screams. So we do a little bit of both, a lot of harmonies, a lot of cleans, and a lot of harshes stuff too. So
what's think of three, maybe two, three bands that you could kind of say kind of make up the style,
influence your sound.
Yeah. Especially the influencing.
Yeah, there's big influences.
Right. Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza.
Always.
Love them.
Yep. Varials.
Yes.
Nice.
And then I would say deathcore, Despised Icon.
Yeah.
Great. That's probably one of the best deathcore bands.
That would definitely be three bands. I would easily be like, oh yeah, that's definitely a good way of saying what Dead Awake is.
Right. It's a weird amalgamation of it because we never know what to call ourselves either because we're all over the fuck. We can never settle on one thing, get bored.
You have
we just other shit.
You'll have a whole album where you have four different subgenres of deathcore on the same album.
But that's those are the bands and albums that I love the most.
It keeps it interesting, yeah.
Yeah, because if you're sticking to the same thing, it gets old after a while. But if you keep switching it up, you're always keeping them guessing.
Different things on different albums. Like Wage War, a lot of their albums sound very different, album to album and stuff like that.
True. So
how long have you been doing vocals? I think all of us here have at least done vocals or, tried to.
Yeah, I've been in bands.
Yeah, we've all been vocalists, right? At some point, so.
Oh, yeah.
It's a whole podcast of vocalists right now.
None of us are as successful as you at it, but.
I was going to say, no wonder you guys have high quality, mic gear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wish I had these when I was a vocalist.
We just watched YouTube videos and we're like, we'll take
I've actually recorded some vocals with them, and it does sound kind of good, dude. Through a computer without any mixing or anything.
I'm going to have to take mine home with me sometime.
Little shameless self-plug there.
I wasn't saying I sound good. I'm saying the quality sounded good.
Here, I'm just...
But yeah, I've been doing vocals for I want to say 12, 13 years at this point.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Yeah, about 12 years. I started when I was 13. When I was a freshman in high school, or not 13, 14 or 15.
Okay.
But I started with my first band back in Green Bay when I lived there with my best friend Garrett.
Boo.
And at that, I didn't even know how to scream. He just knew I knew how to sing and how I liked
your voice.
I love the Ghost bottle of.
Yeah.
Oh my!
That's gonna happen a lot, dude. He's a savage, bro. He's just taking it straight. Does not care.
Right, so we haven't done our shots yet, Shivy.
You got to remind him.
Hold on, we're gonna take these shots and we're gonna continue your
Do it.
Please hold.
Alcohol break.
Enjoy. Oh God.
My lord's so fucking rough.
So good. It's better without Tony's, at least.
It's a lot better without Tony's, I imagine.
That was gross.
All right. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
It's too early in the day for shots.
I'd break for Malort. I'd break for Malort any day. But yeah, so I started with him, and then I didn't even know how to scream for the longest time. Like I was doing the whisper fries and everything. They were really
Right.
bad.
Been there.
Like,
Yep.
Been there.
Yeah, because our main influence in that band when we started was like old Avenged Sevenfold and Children of Bodom.
Oh, yeah.
So a really weird kind of just like regular metal kind of band and
Yeah.
everything like that.
Mhm.
The day I actually effectively screamed the first time was we actually were able to record a single with Capitol Records. Like they asked us to go record with this guy and see how it did.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we drove all the way out to Ohio and like recorded this single, and the whole way there, like my friends were like, "Yeah, you better fucking know how to scream when we get there, bro." Like,
This ain't no fucking game anymore, dude.
yeah, and I was scared shitless.
Oh,
was
I
like,
bet pressure is on.
like- yeah, I'm gonna screw this up, whatever. The next morning we woke up, he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do a vocal scratch track after they track this guitar," and I went outside, I walked around for like 5 minutes, went back in and just did it, and it like worked. It was like actually,
Oh,
it's
shit.
a complete vocal from what I do now, because
Yeah.
obviously like and shit
Yeah.
like that, but it sounded amazing, and I'm like ever since then I've been able to do it. So, but yeah, it was like literally like pressure's on, like make or break moment right there.
You don't
So-
have a fucking choice at that
Gotta work
point.
in the
Yeah,
demon inside.
that's
of
when
you.
that's when humans do their
Demon.
best work, is when you're under the gun.
Yeah. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
make or break, and you just have no choice but to learn then and there.
Yeah, because it could have been bad, but it wasn't. Thank fuck, because that would have been a horrible time. But yeah, so ever since then, I've just been kind of doing it. That band ended up kind of transitioning from what I said earlier with the whole like Second to Fall kind of vibe. We changed it to Conundrum, and they were still a band even after I left for a little while, based out in St. Paul, Minnesota. And it was like kind of like a prog band, kind of like between Buried and Me, Contortionist type shit. So
Nice.
Sweet.
yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well,
So we always like to ask all our musical guests the favorite concert that you've been to first, and then we also want to ask you ones you've played. But
So, like, what's your favorite concert
And
you've
also-
been to, and what's like some wild shit that's happened maybe at one that you've played, or what's your most favorite one?
Oh, dude. Okay, so this isn't my most favorite. I just want you guys to know that I went and saw a Queen tribute band last night. It was actually fucking
It's pretty cool.
like honestly, that might have been one of my favorites. But I think the other favorite I went and saw the Eagles with my parents at the United Center.
Oh, shit.
It had to be.
that's actually
That'd be
really
sick.
awesome.
Right? It's just something that you wouldn't expect to like be able to just like. My dad literally called us and was like, "Hey, we're gonna go see the Eagles next week because I got tickets from work."
Mhm.
And we were like, "What the fuck?" So we went with I went with my parents and our bassist Anthony. But it's just like a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity, you know. Like you don't get a chance to see a band from like the 70s and the 80s like come out as like a 20-some-year-old. Like I tell
Right.
people
Yeah.
that I've seen Eagles and they're like, "What the fuck?" I also saw Styx at the Coronado, which was really cool.
I'm actually about to see Styx here later this month.
Oh, cool.
So
Oh, yeah,
I'm
dude.
super excited
And
about
the way
that.
things are going lately, them motherfuckers are gonna be dead soon. So like, see them while you can, folks.
We literally just lost the bass player ZZ Top and Joey Jordison. Come
Yeah.
on.
R.I.P.
It's been a rough year.
Hey, our camera died.
I know.
Well, we'll keep winging.
We're still talking, but I was just
Yeah.
like the camera's not
We have
recording.
multiple other.
Sorry,
cameras.
YouTube watchers, but I guess podcast listeners just ain't gonna phase them at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
Whenever we get this on Spotify.
That reminds me. I'm not sure if I talked about this on the podcast, but I got to see Pussifer at the Coronado with my dad.
Fuck yeah.
Front center
Oh.
row. That
That's
was a
so-
sick show.
I'm jealous, bro. That's insane. I love Maynard.
Yeah,
Maynard's
he's
great.
seen. Now I think he's seen all three: Perfect Circle, Tool, and Pussifer.
Damn. Lucky bastard.
I know.
What's his name?
I'm jelly.
I would kill to see Tool. That would be amazing.
Yeah,
It was great. They had like a whole like choreographed like wrestling show going on at the same time, like as they're playing on the sides of the stage.
That's
Nice.
kind of amazing.
Yeah, like leave it to Maynard to put like it's not just like a show. It's a presentation.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the dude's fucking out of his mind, man. It's awesome. Out of his mind in a good way, not
But yeah, never thought I'd see a
Yeah.
show as sick as that at the Coronado. Like,
right.
sitting there just
Yeah, right.
sipping my beer, I was like, this is amazing.
So, what was the favorite show you've played, or did you have another favorite concert you went to?
No, I mean that's pretty much the favorite one that I've been to. The favorite one that I've played, is probably the latest show we played, the Victims Volume 4 release show.
Strangled's last show.
I was just listening to Victims earlier.
I was really sad I wasn't able to make it to that show so badly.
Dude, that was the whole night was just absolutely incredible. Like, it is something that I've never felt before. Like, I think it's the closest thing to being in love that I've ever felt. But
okay, depressing.
No.
Yeah, no.
Have you ever been to a show that good?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was incredible because we were first, and the whole lineup was stacked. It was like us, some kid named Starletta. We did 80s synthwave shit, which was really cool. Then we had Capital Vices, Arabella. I think I'm missing somebody, but then there was Sleepwaker, Strangled last show, sadly.
Yeah.
And then played to round out the night. But we played first. We went out, and I was kicking myself because usually I'm a pretty crazy motherfucker on stage. You know this, you've seen, So, but this time I was super nervous, so I was really reserved. We had kind of only had a 25-minute set time, so just about our business and shit. But there were a ton of people there. Everybody loved it. We sold $800 worth of merch. And we only had,
nice.
Yeah. Damn.
Good job.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you. But everybody was just I was walking from the stage back to the merch table, and people were stopping me and dapping me up and telling me how good of a job we did. And it's just the amount of love that was in that room is just something that I had felt at a show that I had played before. And we were literally the opening band. It just blew my.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, that was definitely it. And all of that was crazy. The lineup was fantastic. I'm good friends with Hunter of Sleepwaker and everything, so seeing him was great. Meeting Strangled was incredible. They're huge influences of mine, so that was something that was really, really amazing. But yeah, it's probably that or the first time that I played SV2 in Green Bay, because that time, because I said, I started being a metal musician when I lived in Green Bay.
Yeah.
And there were a bunch of bands that I used to play with in my first band. A bunch of people from those bands that were there watching it and came up and
caught
up with me, and that was super cool. But I realized all of them had given up on it.
Oh wow.
All had broken up. None of them were making music anymore. They were just working 9 to 5s. Some of them were married and had kids, which more power to them. That's amazing. But I was holy shit. They saw me as a 12-year-old kid, just screaming my heart. Not actually a 12-year-old, but really, really young.
Young, yeah.
I came back with an actual successful band. Hey, I did it.
Yeah,
I made it.
I made it.
You ain't never gonna make it, but baby, I already made it.
I already made it, pretty much. It was just super surreal. It was just really cool. And plus, SV2 was a great place to play the last few times we played it. So
Yeah.
That's
Some,
awesome.
I think a buddy of mine who's in a band that's playing with you guys coming up in Soul Stasis, my buddy Martin Chapa is playing with you guys in this future, I think. And as someone who started out in the music with it, he and I started together, and seeing him still pursue it and go after it, and never so much as tripping up on pursuing his career in music. Hats off to you guys for keep going with that shit.
Yeah, what the hell happened with you?
The salt.
I suck now. That's what happened.
Damn.
And trying to get into a band it's it's you got to get 5 other people together, and especially someone who doesn't play an instrument.
That's
that
why
shit
I
sucks. That's why I don't
always
do it.
live up to the idea of I just want my friends who have bands to just let me feature, even though I'm not known by anyone besides the band members.
Dude, I feel that.
That's what I did back
feel
when
that.
Soul Stasis, before Soul Stasis, when Martin was in Panacea. I'd just do that and feature with them every now and again.
Let the Screw City podcast get a feature on the Dead Awake song. All of us.
I'm if you guys want to introduce one of our songs
Dude,
at some point,
that would be fucking sick.
on
I
stage
would
behind you
love
with
to
a
do
table.
that.
Set the whole
Welcome to
that
the
would
Screw
actually-
City podcast, and then it fucking just drops into some heavy ass shit, dude.
I'm not even kidding. That would actually be so sick.
Dude,
If there was
I'm down to do it.
solid wireless, and you guys just set it, and then just move the table after, and we just all hop on stage.
Come smashing through the table.
Music video idea. There we go.
Oh yeah, dude.
Bro.
You can-
I need to stone cold stunner me through that podcast.
Speaking of
Yes.
Stone Cold Stunner, I actually have a video related to that whole situation right now.
Where's it
Perfect
at?
segue.
It's in the Discord.
Yeah, go ahead and figure that out.
Were you able to see that first video we showed you? I want to make sure that we were doing that because I know you're on phone, not on
Yeah,
computer.
yeah, I was
Okay.
able to see it.
All right, I want to make
Oh,
sure.
he saw the greatness.
Yeah, that one.
The stunner on stage.
So since you said that, I actually already had this video pulled up. I want you to do this.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. All right, bring it on.
We're gonna pause that. We'll fucking share the screen.
Master Max here.
I'm good at this.
He's good.
I'm really good at this.
He's learning.
Masturbator.
So this is a little known band called, I Declare War.
That, but through our podcast table.
Hell yeah.
If the fans get us $150, we'll do it.
I'm in. I'm in.
I love I Declare War so much. Oh shit, what's playing?
I don't know.
Close it.
Autoplay on.
He left it out. Whoops. We're about to get claimed playing
Nah,
the band shit.
I mean, if I Declare War wants to come out and like come at us, then I'll just have like the excuse to talk to them.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be
It's a good
okay with
excuse
it.
to talk to
Yeah.
them.
Hey, we're gonna steal your stuff until you get so mad at us that you write us a cease and desist. And
Just
we'll
so,
be like, "Look,
just
they
so
wrote us a
Alex can
letter.
meet you.
We
Look,
frame
he
it.
said my name too.
Did you send that?
This is Alex.
Have you sent that
Please
video
stop.
to Whitey?
Yeah, he's seen that before.
I think he'd like it.
Everyone's seen that. Probably that is into that
Great.
shit. Like in a good way. It's a classic.
Especially as a fan of professional wrestling
yeah.
and deathcore is the greatest video
Same.
ever fucking
Yeah.
Two
made.
things I love
They-
together.
like- and Jamie's huge. Like he's a
That's a big fucking boy.
All right. So what's your favorite wrestler? Everybody. This is for everybody.
Stone Cold, easy.
It was, yeah. When I haven't watched it in a long time, so it was definitely Stone Cold growing up. I mean, as it was for everybody, I think.
What was yours, Dylan? Are you Stone Cold too? The audio cut
Jeff
out for a second. Jeff Hardy. There, that's dope. I was
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels always. That shit. He was my dude.
Yeah,
Did you
I'm probably a
watch
Jeff
that
Hardy
shit? That does
guy.
not surprise me at
Good
all.
shit. What? I like Shawn Michaels.
I was
Why
gonna
is that? What is that
That
supposed to
sounds
mean?
about right.
Sitting out
What
there,
is
Jeff-
that
Jeff
supposed
Hardy.
to mean? What does that mean, Max? That I like Shawn Michaels.
Just get a vibe from you, dude.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. But
I'm just a
okay.
sexy boy.
Yeah, it's that.
I'm not your boy toy.
and the
off.
Undertaker.
Oh, the Undertaker.
The Undertaker just rules, and it's fun hearing all of his stories now. Like
Now that he
he's
like
out of it.
completely is out of character
No, he
and
was
does
the
all
only
the
one.
interviews and everything.
He maintained kayfabe like in and out, no matter where he was. So like you learned nothing about the guy,
Yeah.
for 30 years or whatever, and then he comes out and explains all. It's very interesting.
That's crazy. I
the
didn't
fact
check
that
that out.
he literally like secretly was like running all of like the talent portion
Yeah.
of it too. It was like him and Jim Ross and then Vince McMahon
crazy.
also.
Yeah.
But when it came to like actually interacting with the wrestlers, he's like he made the wrestling court. So if they fucked up, then they would sit
Yeah.
there and pretty much have to sit in front of the Undertaker, and he would decide it's like either you get punished or okay, you actually did something, and we'll just give you a little, and we'll move on. From
Sure, yeah.
Shit. I met John Cena.
Did you?
About the.
How did you
He's
see
short.
him?
He's short, right? Like
Yeah,
he's
I
shorter than
know.
you think, isn't he?
Yeah,
believe
but I
he's-
was a kid at the time. So
Well, okay, so that's
he was
different.
still,
But yeah,
like,
I see him and I'm like, yeah, motherfucker's not very tall. Like I just,
still whoop your ass.
oh yeah, obviously, the dude's-
His
That little man
biceps are
syndrome will
bigger
take
than
him
my
a long
head.
way.
he weighs the
Right.
same as I do, and he's fucking a foot shorter than me.
Yeah, all muscle too. Fuck.
So Dead Awake had a little hiatus. You want to touch on that? Because I remember you guys announced you were breaking up, and me being a big fan, as also being friends with all of you guys, I was upset by it. And I never actually
Right.
even heard the story of what happened with that.
Yep. So our hiatus was mainly due to COVID, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So basically, what was going on is like up until the pandemic and everything like that, like we were all going through our own personal shit
Mhm.
and our own kind of personal hells, you know. Besides Michael, like our guitarist was about to get married. He was about to like try to start a family and everything, got a bigger job and everything. So like he was moving on and kind of doing his own thing. I was really, really down in the dumps, like mentally and everything like that, with certain personal shit going on.
Right.
So
COVID did that to a lot.
Yeah.
like, vocal stems to the guys, and it was like dragging our like feet and everything like that. So just with a bunch of stuff, with all of us going through our personal stuff and everything, it just kind of made sense to just take a break. And we just
Yeah.
kind of, like Michael was the one who was like, I'm backing out. And then we were like, okay, well, we can try to keep going. And we tried for a little bit, but we just kind of realized like if it wasn't all of us, we didn't really want it.
Right, you
you
don't
know?
want to force it.
Right.
Right. So like it was kind of like one of those like I was devastated just because
You
in
lost
that
your outlet
time
in that
of my
sense.
yeah, like in that time of my life and everything like that, I was losing like everything from the past 3
There's one
years.
more
Like
thing, yeah.
like gotten out of a relationship, like I was leaving an organization I was a part of for a really long time, and then the band was gone, like that basically. So like weeks, and it was like quarantine and everything like that. So yeah, we took that little brief hiatus and stuff, and kind of went and worked on our own little projects here and there and stuff. And then we linked up because we still had a contract to fill out with We Are Triumphant.
Yep.
Mhm.
But after we told them we were breaking up and everything, they were super cool about it. They were like, hey, we know that you dropped that deluxe edition of your EP, like physically. If you want, we can put it on streaming services with like 2 extra songs if you guys want to make them, and we'll call it good. So we agreed to do that. And then we linked up after we made the Pale Horse 2.0, and we made the music video and stuff like that, and did the promos and everything. And we just had a ball, like we just had a blast. And then we secretly kind of were like, you know what, like, let's do it. Like, let's just come back and like try to make shit happen again. And that's when we started writing the album with Michael Levi. So now we have 2 guitarists, both named Michael.
That's not confusing.
Nice and confusing.
Yeah, we call like basically it's like Mike and Michael, or I call him Levi just because I call him by his last name. But we just kind of decided to come back and like write the rest of this album out of nowhere that we started writing before we had broken up, which is what Melancholia ended up being. So it's kind of like a blessing in disguise, honestly, because like we took the time to just make boys' nights happen every week. So we would like link up every Saturday or every Friday and just have drinks and hang out and just like get back to our roots of being best friends that happen to play music together.
Yeah.
That was really nice. And the album now sounds absolutely incredible. It's way better than the original draft that we had going when, like before our breakup and everything like that. Yeah, we just kind of just COVID personal shit going on. We just separated, and then we just kind of, you know, if it's meant to be, it'll come back.
Right. Sounds like a real like Phoenix from the ashes kind of thing.
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah,
It really.
yeah, I was gonna say, and it's like one quick thing. So you had that your first like the single drop, and you released the music video. That music video is fucking hilarious.
Oh, Gallows 3, yeah, dude, that was a great time. So
what was the idea behind the super hillbilly music video you made?
Bro, you guys are gonna lose your minds. So we were we had the location for that video and the date we were shooting it, and that's it. We didn't know what we were doing. Like, and the same day, because like it's about like that organization that I mentioned earlier. It was like pretty much about them.
Yeah.
And so we were gonna make it all like gritty and like metal and shit like that. And then Michael Campa just hit up the chat. He's like, bro, let's just all wear camo and just be stupid. Like, let's just make a video outside. We had that location, and we were like, you know what? Like, let's do it. So I grabbed the cutoff. I grabbed my trusty 50 and longing for a stiffy cap, and we went at her, dude. Like, Levi showed up. He had like the rifles in his back in his trunk legally. He had
yeah.
Smart boy.
All the camo stuff that we could ever need. He had face paint.
I was gonna say you had the camo face paint on. You're like shotgunning Mountain Dews.
Yeah, pretty much. I brought the case of Mountain Dew, and they didn't think I could do it, but I did it, and it felt great.
We'll play that video in the break.
Yeah, that's gonna be the song we're definitely gonna play during the break.
That.
It's
we
so
had
funny.
Permission.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's also such a great song too.
Yeah.
It was. I can't wait for the new album. It's gonna be.
When's the date
fans are
for
gonna
that?
love it.
Can you say that, or is it still?
Yeah. So the album drops September 3rd. We actually just posted a teaser for the next single that we have coming out on the 13th of this month, or August 13th.
Sweet.
Nice.
It's real soon, folks.
Yeah, we'll definitely put links and stuff for everything, and in our fucking descriptions and all that.
By the time this comes up, hopefully we'll have a couple of your shows too. We can throw in there, like your upcoming ones after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sick. I know that we have like 2 booked right now. I know we have September 4th, our release show. We're also playing Reckless Fest. I just don't know what date that's going to be because we had a date lined up and then it just kind of fell through. So I don't know about that. And we have a show with So-Called Saints on October 30th, I think, at Whiskey's. I think we're still playing that and everything. So
that'll be right down the street from my place. So hopefully if I'm not at work, I will definitely be there.
Well, that fucking Halloween costume I'm going to be wearing, I'm going to fit in perfect at fucking Whiskey's Roadhouse.
Oh, you'll fit great.
Hey, what were you planning to be for Halloween, Max?
It's just American flag everything. American flag pit vipers, mullet, the whole fucking...
Fuck
Should I spoil what I'm doing for Halloween, or should we just
Might as
save
well.
it as a
Might as
surprise?
I don't know why we're.
Well, I don't know how we got into this, but we're gonna, that's the beauty of podcasting. What are you gonna be for Halloween first, Dylan? Do you know?
Honestly, dude, I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm even doing for Halloween this year.
Me either. Besides the podcast.
Last year, I was at my buddy's house in Kansas City, and we'd like just played video games and drank a couple beers and went to bed. So
nice.
I gotta like actually figure out what I want to do, but I definitely want to party. I think me and my friend Allie, we're gonna go as like Lana and Archer because I have
Fuck
the
yeah.
That's fucking sweet, dude. Do it. Do it.
and the black turtleneck and just wear a tack belt. I'll be good.
Yeah, no, you just got to come up to Rockford and hang out with me. For
So I was gonna be Ali
dressed
G.
like that.
I'm gonna be Ali
Yes,
G, which I think is.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
You'll pull
you
it
said
off.
that.
It's
Well.
gonna be great, dude. I'm gonna get the yellow jumpsuit and the fucking red bandana. It's gonna be so great.
I was thinking about this the other day. It'd be pretty suiting if we all did like different like commentators or like interviewers like type personalities. So I was thinking I'd do Ron Burgundy, rep a suit and a fucd mean
I was gonna say
mustache.
I don't even know what the
Oh yeah,
fuck I would be in
guess-
that situation.
Yeah, Ali G does do interviews and stuff, so that works for that. That's
You could be
pretty fun.
Borat, Alex.
Dude.
Why would that be more? So we'll have two different fucking.
Yeah, two
Sacha
Sacha
Baron
Baron
Cohens.
Cohens.
Okay, Ian's gonna be Bruno.
Yes. If Ian's Bruno, I'm for it.
Yes.
I've
Just
shaved
shows
my
the
beard.
bacon.
Dude, I fucking love Sacha Baron Cohen real quick. That fucking big inspiration.
Props.
Man. I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
if we're gonna do that, I feel like for like possible like offensiveness, you would have to be Borat.
I think it's almost more offensive that you're saying I have to be. I'm Middle Eastern.
I'm just
partially,
saying
so
it makes
like,
more
yeah.
sense. Just saying. I mean, that's just a personal opinion.
Yeah, no, I could do both.
And isn't
I
Sacha
feel
Baron Cohen like British? Like he's from.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Yeah, he's
Okay.
legitimately from Britain.
I think Borat's too like trendy though. You know, like Ology's
Borat's been
forgotten
played
about.
out.
Exactly, Ology's forgotten about.
Who's got the
I gotta
balls to be
bring him
Bruno?
back. Yeah, Ian, be Bruno. I think that'd be really funny.
I was either gonna be that or Lieutenant Dangle.
I want you to be Lieutenant Jim Dangle.
Well,
Or-
you can't see in the podcast. You won't have shorts.
Yeah, the shorts
shorts
don't make sense on a podcast
Just be a
because
cop, and then we'll get canceled.
But you got to wear the short shorts and then you stand up so everyone can see to prove that you are.
I also got to wear some mean boots. I got to be new boot
new,
goofing.
new boot goofing.
New boot goofing for sure.
I also got to get my bike stolen again.
Did you guys see that fucking, I heard this on another podcast, but I guess fucking old Mr. Bezos was fucking new boot goofing, getting on his fucking spaceship.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, acting like the real cowboy.
Dude, they lied to me for years. They made me convince you had to wear all this fucking shit to go into space. This motherfucker's in his shit kickers and a fucking cowboy hat.
That's fucking crazy.
I was almost halfway expecting for like one of the windows in that thing to crack and they all just get sucked out of it.
No, but that old lady was probably fucking farting and shit.
They probably stank in there real bad.
Sally Ride, I think it was.
Allegedly.
I imagine like going to space probably gives you real bad gut rot. Like
I can imagine.
the bubble gut,
It's got to be uncomfortable. I mean, it's
all those
slams
G
everything.
forces on your gut.
That would be so bad. I've been seeing a bunch of memes where it was like, this kid has been like, he went up to space with Jeffrey Bezos. He's 18, making him the youngest person to go to space. And like everybody was like, so and so wrote this out. Like Haley Williams wrote this album when she was 15 or something like that. Like,
Jesus.
like airs. Like this is all the
That's
other.
so funny.
Also, the kid who went into space, didn't his dad like win something? He paid,
There's like a
he
lottery
paid a
thing,
shit
like,
ton of money.
It's not because he was smart. It's because he
Yeah.
was lucky.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's just 'cause
much
he
like
was
Jeff
loaded.
Bezos.
Yeah, yeah.
he paid
27 million.
Yep, there we go. That's
That
what
was
it
the winning bid. $27 million.
Jesus.
Wow.
You know
for
how
this. For this,
You know how
kid
many
go
trips to the
space.
Titanic you could take with that much money?
What?
No, because the other day I actually looked up how much it would cost to go to the Titanic.
Got a lot of money, so the Lord did
150
him
grand to
good.
go down 2 miles,
yeah.
2 miles down the ocean.
Damn.
Wait, I got it.
I did.
Ian's a Titanic
A little bit
nerd.
of money, so the Lord did me good.
Fun fact, yeah, I'm actually like stupidly knowledgeable on the Titanic.
What?
That's
the
his shit.
fuck?
It's such a random
Why
thing.
It's
are
what
you-
happens when
How much-
It's what happens when a 5-year-old gets dragged to the movie theater
he cries
multiple
at that
times.
movie
It's
once
also
a
the
night.
first time he saw tits, so he was
Yeah,
like, "Fucking."
it also explains
my head.
my fixation on redheads.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Fucking steam.
The steam hand, bro. That was classy. That was classy.
Every
High
time
class.
every time he sees the steam hand, just
when
right
he
up there. Just
When he
No,
gets out of the
honestly,
sho-
what
when
did
he
it for
gets
me
out
was
of the
the-
shower, he puts his hand on the glass and
Totally.
slides it down.
and then comes immediately.
No, if anything, maybe fucking bust a nut. I was watching that ship break into. I was like, oh my god, disaster porn.
Spread me, daddy.
Well, on that note, it is time for break real quick.
All right, it's
right.
time for break. All right, we'll be back in. Well, it doesn't matter to you guys.
Whenever.
We'll be
We
back
love to
when
end
we're
it on
fucking back.
terrible things. So
We'll be back in 5. free.
Is it recording? We're good.
Yeah, it's recording.
It is now. It's recording audio too. Fuck it. We're just starting here.
Goddamn.
Welcome back,
That
everybody.
was just on the ground.
Yep. 5-second rule, baby.
Yeah.
It was on there for like 4 minutes, but
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, and it was on this shitty like table too. So I'm probably
COVID
It's
part
the
2,
weekend.
Electric Boogaloo.
Fucking always sunny. I have a fucking shirt with that game or whatever. Thing on there.
Fuck, I can't even remember what.
It's like Charlie McDennis.
Yeah, that's
Charlie
it.
McDennis,
Oh,
Electric
shit.
Boogaloo 2 or whatever they did.
I just think of Tony Danza, which we already talked about.
Yeah, no.
I always think of Danza 2.
I was just watching the clip from the other day where he has his hand on the dartboard. The you can't flinch one. That's still one of my favorites.
dude.
Wait for it.
Speaking of Always Sunny, that Queen tribute band I was talking about earlier.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
They backup vocalist, and she looked exactly like Dee.
It's
I'm not
fucking awesome.
They had a bird in their band.
so bad. Like literally, like one of my friends was like, "Yo, you see that girl back there?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Dee from Always Sunny," and I fucking cried. I laughed so hard. She even like had the same mannerisms when she was singing. She was like,
It might have been her. It might have
Dancing
might
like
have
the
been-
fucking tube man. Just
I was really hoping we were like, oh yeah, speaking of Always Sunny and the Queen tribute band I saw last night, they decided to play Dayman.
Yeah,
"Oh my god!"
that would have been so goddamn meta if they did that.
That'd be fucking sick.
because of the implication.
The implications.
Will Dead Awake ever do a Dayman cover?
Please.
I would fucking love to.
Is that the one that I get to be
What's
on?
stopping
Speaking
you
of a
guys,
cover, I
you
think I
know?
sent one in the chat earlier. That's a good one to play.
Master of the Sun.
That one.
Oh God, yes, this one's always so good.
I love this one because you were posting about this the other day, and I was like, "Oh, this is perfect
Is
content."
this gonna get us claimed?
It's a cover, so
I
no
hope not.
It's technically karaoke. So
karaoke.
You're recording the screen, right? Good job. Look at that.
got it. We're good.
Max professional.
here we go, Dylan.
It's fine. I'm really good at this, guys. Really, really.
This is a
good at
classic.
this.
All right. I knew this was covered.
He fucking killed it though.
I forgot who it is. That's a what vocalist is
That's
that?
the vocalist of Fit for an Autopsy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I couldn't. I knew he was a vocalist. I just couldn't remember what band.
That fucking.
There's no way he's that good at
Bad.
screaming and not in a band.
Joe Bad.
Yeah,
That's his name.
well, because that was
He's a
like
guy.
Tyler Shelton does one too from Traders.
Yeah, he did the Credence one
Yeah.
in his car. Oh.
Was that sunchip also off the ground? Do you just have them like poured out on the ground and you're just eating them off there now?
Why eat
Tasted
from
better.
the bag? Put it on the ground.
That's the best way to do it. With some
faint taste of
Tonys.
dirt
You gotta
makes
do
it
it with some
better.
Tonys though. Do you know what Tonys is? Even you probably what the fuck is that? Daniel, would you actually pass me that green little thing right there? Yeah. Yes. Oh, Tonys. Yeah.
Tony
This is
Shasher.
Tonys, man.
Tony
I don't know.
Shasher's
You probably
Creole
can't see that. Go
seasoning.
put that to the webcam, Max. Now that I think about it.
Nelson, take a shot of it again.
Do you want me to take another shot
A
of it?
Malort
With the
Tony
Malort?
shot, the Screw City Special.
We still need to come up with a recipe for that.
It's called the Screw City
a
Special.
full
and
recipe.
Yeah, it's a shot of Malort with Tony's, and it burns the hell out of your throat. And Alex is an idiot for doing this.
He's gonna do it again. I love it.
I love that he's doing it again, though.
Fucking Christ.
It's a really
Oh,
bad
why did
idea.
no one think to snap this?
It is a really bad idea.
That burns my throat just watching you do that.
Dude, you put a lot in your mouth.
I put more this time than I did
You
last
put a
time.
lot. That was like a mouthful. I was
so
I
watching.
didn't chase it with Gatorade.
Dude, that's almost worse.
It's so bad.
Describe it for me,
So,
please.
if you're ever not sure if Alex had a problem or not, he definitely does.
It's not
This
a
is why I
problem.
fucks with Alex.
No, Alex just knows how to make a joke, dude. That was hilarious.
Dude.
It's only funny if you do it. It's not funny if you just talk about
Exactly,
it.
dude. You can't
True,
just talk about
true,
it. You have to do
true.
it.
Alex is about it.
Alex
He's
is
the most
about it.
about it on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm the
than
most
anyone.
about it, and then I deal with it later.
Yeah, he's gonna
rolled
deal with
it.
it for the rest of the day. But that was fucking hilarious.
That is
Props,
Alex.
props to
It's
Alex.
in my fucking sinuses. I feel like.
he opened like the big fucking side too. He didn't even sprinkle it. He opened.
Oh my god.
Dude, Shibby, you need
did
to
the
clip
forward
that and
side.
put that as a clip that's available. Just watching Alex do
yes.
Tony.
I wish
no,
I
both
snapped it.
Tonys.
Yes.
Both Tonys and
Side by
Tony.
side.
Tony's 1, Tony's 2. It's like Tony Danza, dude.
Tony Danza.
That's what we can call the
Tony
shot.
1,
The Tony Danza.
Tony Danza. There we go.
Let me get Josh Travis. Josh
Danza's definitely
Travis
gonna
to just
sue us.
acknowledge me after that.
Please. I drank Malort and fucking Tony.
Notice me, senpai.
Like honestly, if he made that a trend. Like he would love that. He'd probably die.
I think he
love
would.
it.
Yeah, I think he would.
So,
Like, hey, we call this the Tony Danza.
so I know you guys have had plenty of guest features.
Yes.
What is your favorite feature of from another band that you've had with you guys?
And what's a dream feature too? Right after that.
Yeah.
Ooh, dream feature for sure. I'm gonna say it first. Just
I knew
because the
that'd
other
be
one's
easy.
hot. Kyle Medina from Body Snatcher for sure.
Fuck yeah.
That's a good one.
I feel like that should be pretty easy to figure out.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's just a huge, like, he's a huge inspiration to me, so I would love that. Maybe, like, him or Joe Bad from Fit for an Autopsy
Yeah,
would
fuck
be
yeah.
huge. But I would have to say, like, my favorite, personally, would probably have to be Frankie's from Amir for Snake in the Grass, just because I've literally listened to Amir before, like, when everybody hated them. You know what I mean?
Amir was like my
I-
first intro to deathcore and all that
Same.
shit. So that's
Yeah.
why I was like that. When I found out that you guys did that, I lost my mind a little
It actually
bit.
reminds me. I was talking to Shibby about
That's
my
crazy,
first
dude.
Warped Tour, which was 12 years ago today. And at the first band I saw when we got there, I didn't even know it was Amir until like I fucking paid attention to the banner and was like, oh shit. It's like because I listened to like old Attack and fucking lame shit like that back in the day. Like I was
Attack rules.
all the Attack rules, but
Fucking, I thought you met Tully, probably the
Was fucking
like, honestly, dude, I love that band so much. Like, having Frank is so sick. And then what was going to be my favorite, I'm just going to tell you guys this because I haven't been able to tell anybody else. This
Breaking news.
song on the album that we were going to have a feature on, the feature didn't end up happening just because of technical issues and time constraints, which really broke my heart because it was the vocalist of Arsonist, Get All the Girls.
classic.
My heart just broke a little bit.
And it was,
I am so sorry.
vocalist Don, from, like, he's the keyboardist.
Yeah.
Like, he was the keyboardist back in their heyday. So, like, they were one of the first bands that, like, everybody who listens to, like, mathcore or even metalcore back in the day understands the bunny in the microwave
Yeah.
reference. Like,
Yeah.
you know what. And so, like, I had this dude's number on my phone. Like, we were FaceTiming about the parts, just, like, randomly talking about our days and everything like that. And then it just didn't end up happening. So, like, that would have been my favorite had that happened because that's, like, a dream come true. Like, I've been listening to that band for, like, 13 fucking years. And,
Fuck
like,
yeah.
he was going to be a song, you know? So,
well, hopefully someday you get them.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure, like, we'll be able to work something out in the future. I'm not too worried about it. But Dustin fucking killed it on Gallows 3. He's the only feature we have on this album.
No
So,
shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Everybody gave us shit for having a feature every goddamn song.
It wasn't.
God.
See, but it wasn't
That's
like
like
it
us
was
with our
every
guests.
song.
Yeah, I mean, dude, our first EP, let's be real. Our first
Well,
EP
yeah, your
was like
first EP.
like we had one song, and it was the original Gallows that didn't have a guest feature on it. It was like 2 minutes long, and 30 seconds of that was just ambient noise at the end. Like, so no, I get it. I mean, we were good with the two, but unfortunately that didn't go through. But yeah, Frankie's probably my favorite. Kyle Medina would be, or anybody from Despise Icon.
Oh
Oh,
wow,
fucking-
that'd be fucking yeah.
I mean, you just that new "Signs of the Swarm" song featuring Alex from Despised Icon is.
Oh my
So good.
god!
If you could get Alex on there or David from Signs of the Swarm, that would be.
We have actually had David on one of
Oh
our
wait, I
songs.
forgot you did have David. I completely spaced
Yep.
that one out. That's my bad.
That
Bad fan.
story is, dude, like, we didn't pay him for that feature. He gave us that feature because he knocked Michael out during a Signs show.
Oh wow.
That's a story that needs to now be told.
How?
Hey
Exactly.
man, sorry for concussing you.
Yeah, so I was working at AMC Theaters in McChesney Park at the time, and I had to work that night, so I couldn't go to this. But it was when Body Snatcher, Ingested, and Signs of the Swarm were touring together. Or no,
It is.
yeah. So Michael talked to David and stuff and got guest list and was like, hey, if you want to come with, let me know. I tried to get out of work and I couldn't. So him and Peyton went. And I guess while Body Snatcher was playing, David was drunk. He doesn't drink anymore. But I guess he was drunk, and Michael was standing like in the middle of the pit, you know, and you know how dangerous a body snatcher can get. But fucking Dave went off and just like elbowed Michael Campa, like, or something. Just knocked him clean out pretty much. Like, gave him a concussion, whatever. He's like asking him if he's okay, like all this shit, you know, like
God.
Michael's very visibly concussed and still had to drive the 2 hours back to Illinois. So, like, they were like, I guess they were stopping like every 10 minutes to pull over so Michael wouldn't stop seeing traces.
All right, so when's your birthday? What's your address?
Do you smell toast?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He like felt so bad. He was like, dude, go pick out anything from the merch table. I feel so bad. Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then Michael just like concussed as fuck was like, you could give us a guest feature.
Hey, he wasn't that concussed because he was smart enough to ask for that.
Yeah, hit him up a few months later, and David was like, "Sure, dude." So, and then Kingslayer is one of our best songs. I fucking love that track.
Fucking
Nice.
What a great story behind it.
Sorry, I had to pay that price, but
Nah, it's worth it.
yeah,
That's awesome.
Michael's cool with it.
totally worth it.
I'd
If
get
it was
knocked
me,
out
I'd
for
say it was
guest
worth
spots,
it.
dude.
Blood, sweat, and tears are in this music, bro.
Does that mean that we get to have like Mike
And
Tyson
CTE.
knock you out so we can have Mike Tyson as a
I'd do
guest?
it. I would absolutely
We'll do it.
I would guess.
Even for
yeah.
nothing in return, I'd let Mike Tyson knock me out just to be like, yo, Mike Tyson knocked me out.
We've talked about this before, though. What would you rather take? A punch from Mike Tyson or a roundhouse kick from
Chuck Norris?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Mike Tyson. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I'd rather know that Mike Tyson knocked me out instead of being like, oh yeah, Chuck Norris roundhouse kicked me. Everybody be like, okay.
I mean, it's pretty cool. That's pretty
I feel like
cool.
both would be a flex,
But I think a kick is worse than a punch.
especially if he's got his
What
boots
Can
on.
be, yeah.
If you get a roundhouse kick from Chuck Norris, you're not going to live to tell about it.
Dude, have you seen Chuck Norris in recent days? He still
still looks
fucking
good.
young as fuck.
I need to see this. I'm looking this
Yeah,
up while we keep
we'll
talking.
put it up in post too. He's young
Chuck
as fuck
Norris
still.
fucks. Like,
Type in Chuck Norris 2021.
Isn't he like 75?
yeah. or
Yeah, he's
something.
old as shit.
Yeah. He's still in like the best shape of his life.
Yeah,
dude.
it
It's
doesn't
insane.
look older than he doesn't look a day over 60.
He doesn't.
Speaking
It's
of
crazy.
Chuck
And I-
Norris, we have Chuck Norris content coming in the future.
Oh, yeah?
He actually
Yeah.
does not look that.
He's
I
like
mean, like
70-something.
that one's kind of questionable.
I mean, he's
but, like,
old, but he's
Dude, that
70.
but he
doesn't
still
look
doesn't
bad.
look that bad.
He
I
looks
guess
he looks better than some people.
No,
Wait,
shit.
81. I'm sorry.
Get fucked.
He's 81.
My
He probably
grandpa-
still roundhouse kick you.
My grandpa just died
Tell
at
that to the
84. He
guy,
does
Alex.
not look that
He's
good.
81. Yeah,
Some people don't look that good at 60. Like, to be
Yeah, no
honest.
shit, dude. He looks great.
dude. Yeah.
Some people don't look that good at 30.
Right? Yeah. A lot of us don't.
I mean, I'm already
True.
starting
I'm
to
pushing
get
it.
questionable
I feel
here.
attacked.
I always think that. I always feel bad when I meet people who are younger than me but look older than me.
All
Yeah.
the time. All the time.
Like, you poor soul.
Yeah.
It's
I refuse to believe that anybody was born after the year 2000.
Yeah, no, for
it's
sure.
so
I remember the year
weird.
2000.
It is
Nobody
so
could have been born
weird.
after that. It's not possible.
It never happened. Y2K, dude.
Dude, kids born
We
in
all died.
2003 could join the military now.
The computers blew up because
You
it all
shut-
went to 2000.
So
I don't like that.
it just bothers me to know that technically, anytime you go buy alcohol, all they have to do is look and see 19 on your
Bro,
card.
that
wow.
They just have to see 19, and they already know you're old enough.
happened to me here at Quick Trip.
No shit.
I'm not. They like carded me, and I handed them my ID, and it's an Illinois license because I haven't
Yeah.
changed it over because of Wisco, and I haven't changed it or anything. So usually they're like fumbling around, so I'm like ready to wait for 5 minutes. She's here you go, and I'm like, wow, like
You're getting
How'd you
old.
find-
Because they see it's 19 anything, and I'm
No,
fucking
you just said-
1990.
you know what she said? She goes, I saw the one. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? And it's just if you see the one on there,
Yep.
oh my god, I hate it. Like
Yeah.
I'm 25, I hate it.
What blows me away is I didn't get carded for my first legal pack of cigarettes, but
I didn't
I
either.
still get, but I get carded
Yeah.
still.
I
But
bought
then
a
again, I was
bowl.
also buying
I never
cigarettes
got
for the
carded.
longest time without legally being able to.
Allegedly.
Oddly enough, actually, the gas station down the street here, like, I used to get carded at a lot of different places just because I look a little, well, I don't now, but for a while I did. Down the street here, they've never once carded me for anything. Ever. Like, they don't even begin to, I pull it out and they're like, you're good, bro.
Don't waste
I'm
your
like,
time,
all right,
man.
well, kind of don't be a dickhead. Fucking maybe look at it.
Yeah, yeah.
Only 31.
Yeah.
This
You
is
sure you
horse
don't want to
shit.
check? You sure you don't want to check? Come on. Just come
Make
on.
my
You
day,
want to
come
check
on.
a little
Please
bit?
check.
You want to check a little? Come on.
You like
Think
your
like
job,
that.
right?
You know, old ladies get off on that shit.
Heck
You know,
yeah.
at restaurants and they get carded.
Maybe
that makes
unplug
their
it.
week.
No, because it's not
the-
charged enough.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
just see all those people over quarantine like dressed up like old ladies with masks on.
I
oh,
did
yeah,
see
to
that.
get the vaccine.
I
was
actually did
hilarious.
not see that.
I didn't either.
There were people that were dressing up as old people and like getting fake IDs and getting
vaccinated.
Back when there's
or not even like IDs because they didn't really check. They just fucking you came in and got it.
You got crow's feet? Get in here.
Did it work?
Ladies with the masks on and go buy like a bottle of wine or like the 12 pack, and nobody would card them.
Yeah.
Wow, that's smart.
Like 18-year-old kids, like dressed up as old ladies, but they have the masks on.
Yeah, and then they get in the car and do TikToks of it.
Dude,
Literally, and it's insane.
that's
crazy.
Pretty, that's pretty crazy.
These youngins are getting smart.
Yeah,
getting
fuck these
smarter,
kids.
man.
You know, we had to go through the struggle. We had to go ask someone. Hey, can you buy this?
I saw an
Ask
interesting post
somebody
the
or
other
go
day.
to
that-
the worst gas station
Or
you could
steal
find.
it.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
steal it.
An interesting
Allegedly.
an interesting point came up the other day I saw online where they brought up like how vapes and stuff are like getting banned from school. Like they're really cracking down. It's like you guys couldn't manage to sneak a vape. Like meanwhile, back in the day, like we were putting like allegedly putting vodka and water or Sprite bottles and
all
shit,
day long,
smoking
yeah.
in the fucking locker room or the bathroom,
Wherever. We had cigarettes everywhere.
Yeah, go just around the corner from where the buses would leave, like smoking like
Shit, we'd be in the like where all the art classes are at East, and all we would do is just walk out the back door,
Yeah.
smoke a cigarette, come back in,
Yeah.
and go back to class.
I tried to do that once and then I got arrested for marijuana possession.
Allegedly.
Yeah, having that shit on you in a school will get you in some trouble,
I,
bud.
Where do you think I bought it, motherfucker? How do you think I had it?
I one
Fair
time
point.
smoked a joint of roaches, nasty enough, in a
Gross.
fucking. I worked at Subway,
Subway.
and fucking in the freezer.
Nice.
And I don't know why we thought that was a good idea.
Yeah,
no,
for
it's
real.
got-
Why
it's-
was that a
it's
great
for the
why was,
idiot.
why was that
Yes.
such a good
It
idea?
was not a good idea.
Cold
makes the everything.
smell
So,
go away.
so here's the exactly. I didn't say that. My dumb friend did say that.
You mean your subconscious?
So, no. I wasn't alone. I wasn't alone in this. This was a two-parter. But so yeah, I was working at the Subway, and it was just me and the one guy, and he's like, "Oh, I have some roaches we could probably roll up into a blunt, being broke teenagers."
That shit gets you like twice as high though.
Yeah.
Like I will say that it tastes
It's
like
all-
ass, but
I was gonna say it tastes like dog shit.
Yeah, it does. But so he went and rolled it, but they have cameras like in the store, right? And our boss was a real fucking bitch. So she fucking like, she tried to say, she tried to say she's gonna sue me for slander one time because on Twitter I tweeted the words "my boss is a bitch." And I can say that because that's obviously fine.
Yeah, and also you didn't say her
or
name.
anything, yeah. And then she pulled me to the side and she's like, "Why would you say that?" I'm like, "Because you're being a bitch." And I didn't say her name. And then she's like, "I could sue you for slander." So she was watching my Twitter. I tweeted the definition of slander. So because
fucking petty subtweet.
yeah. But beyond that, so she would watch the cameras sometimes. So we were like, "Oh, we can't get away with both hopping out." And there's a drive-through in this Subway, allegedly. So people are gonna know this is now.
The
I know
only
exactly
one in
which
town with
it
a
is,
drive-thru.
yeah, exactly.
The one that has the drive.
She's gonna watch this and try to sue me for slander
one is
now
that?
again.
I actually don't know which one that is.
One by me.
Shush.
Oh yeah, I forgot
So,
about that.
so we decided. He's like, "Oh, we can just smoke it in the freezer. There's no cameras in there." And he's like, "The vents, it'll blow the smoke out."
Not how it works.
I now realize.
No, they're blowing in, buddy.
No, there's no vent at all. It's a sealed chamber. It's hermetically
I now
sealed.
realize that. So it's like the worst place to smoke it.
Genuinely the worst
Literally.
place you could have chosen.
Literally. And we smoked the joint in there. We get away with it for the first day. I worked the morning shift the next day. We actually got away with it, but the lady goes in there like another older worker. And she's like, "It smells like a skunk got into the freezer and died." And I was like, "Yeah, it really does. Maybe they did on the outside or something." Yeah.
She's such a
Dumb
fucking
kid
idiot.
shit. Yeah. Dumb kid shit. We got away with it.
I've also smoked in a Subway freezer.
I need to hear the story. I need to hear the story.
Like the whole time you were just like talking about that, I'm just like dying.
Guilty.
Like-
Guilty.
I mean, it was way back when I still like smoked and everything, like back in high school, you know. So like, my buddy worked at the Subway, and it was connected to a gas station.
Yeah.
And we also had was working at the gas station who would literally just like, if we went and visited him and hung out with him, he would give us whatever we wanted and wouldn't charge us like
Fucking
at all.
sick, dude.
So like
The best of
his
friends.
last day, his last day, dude, he gave us like 3 cartons of Newports for free.
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
It's like, fuck
Like,
this
yeah.
place.
Everything. So like basically what would happen is as soon as the main guy would leave, like our buddy would just let us into the back of the Subway. So we'd just be like literally in the Subway. And one time one of our friends jokingly put on our buddy's uniform and like stood by the actual sneeze guard, and somebody came in like asking for a sandwich, and he made them a sandwich. And, like,
That's fucking
like
awesome.
charged them up the cash register and everything. But it was just stupid, just like a couple bull hits in the middle of the fucking freezer for no reason and
He
bumped.
still did it.
Would have been better if like he stopped like mid making the sandwich and hit the bowl. Like, I'm gonna tell your manager, he's like, I don't give a shit. I'll fucking work here.
Get your friend fired for letting strangers in.
Yeah, it was funny because like our dealer at the time also worked at that Subway at a point, and like he would just put bags in people's Subway bags. You just tell him to go to the drive and just like hand it to him. I'm like, how the fuck do you even get away with that?
See, that's smart. I always thought like the pizza delivery would be like the best way to do that.
Oh, easily.
I knew a guy that did pizza delivery, and he would just like you'd call up and fucking they'd ask for him, and then he'd be like, "Oh, yeah, I got you," and he'd just weigh it in the car. When he was like outside smoking a cigarette, he'd weigh it up and then fucking take the pizza to him.
Pizza.
I feel like someone,
The pizza too. They got pizza out of it.
Perfect side hustle.
I feel like someone on this podcast allegedly may have done something like that, but we won't say who.
Someone.
Ian.
Way to out me.
Well, you don't work there anymore. It's been years.
Yeah, allegedly, yeah.
And we didn't say where you worked.
I can
They were both
delete
at
that.
Sam.
Well, I don't work there anymore, so they can't
One
fire
was the
me.
one out in fucking Lowe's Park.
Well, now we know which one it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever. So people
Hey, if I
sold
want to
me-
get a pizza at 3 a.m., I will hit up.
Actually, we didn't deliver that late. Last
close
orders had to be in by 1:30 a.m. But
Not
we'll,
to
we'll
fucking-
deliver just about fucking anywhere. I went all the way out to the fucking the Chrysler plant in Belvedere.
Oh yeah, you guys will deliver anywhere.
Yep.
Well, when you work there, but no, like the Sims on the Harlem or whatever. Like they'll send their delivery
Different
timers-
owner.
Yeah, different owner, completely different. Well, they're whatever.
All the family, yeah.
But anyway, they'll send them out to like because they run out of milk. They'll send them to the grocery store and
Yup.
just have them buy out the milk.
old creepy Joe at our used to do that.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Fucking
fucking
super
can't
weird.
Yeah.
stand
By the
that
way,
guy.
hashtag no Joe. If you ever order from Sam's on Charles Street,
You're gonna actually
people from
say
Rockford,
that?
yes. If you want, there's this creepy old guy that works there. Tell them no Joe, and yeah, he won't come.
Oh no, I know
This
Joe
man's
because Joe would
livelihood.
bring us beer and we were underage, allegedly.
Oh yeah, that was another thing we did at Sam's. We would deliver beer.
Yeah,
People would call up and order just like an order of fries just to get a 6-pack delivered.
yeah,
That's smart.
That's what we used
Wow.
to do because fucking he didn't
Yo.
card us.
That's smart.
It really is, right? Yeah, that really is.
Great that people used to jump through. You know what I mean? Like thinking back on it, like back when I was a kid, and like trying to like get weed and everything like that. It's just
Right.
insane. Like
Oh,
looking
dude.
back at
Kids are so
Work.
spoiled.
legal, like you can just go buy it. Like you can buy
Yeah.
grocery stores.
I buy it like an adult at a store. It's a easy transaction. They do some stupid shit. They say some dumb shit, but whatever.
I mean, I've literally definitely done it where I've like ordered something through DoorDash and realized like, oh shit, I need cigarettes, but I'm drunk at home and I don't want to leave. And I'll literally like tip fat and then also leave a message, will tip cash if you buy me cigarettes. And I literally would get a message from the dasher being like, what kind?
Nice.
And I'm like, told them, and they show up like, here it is.
Now that's service.
It's like, I'm only going to give it to you if you give me the cash. And I would literally just give them like, obviously more than it's fucking worth.
way
and be
more.
like,
Like,
thank you.
Give him a 20.
you saved me a DUI. Thank you.
I've had them also
Fucking
deliver me a
fiends.
6-pack.
Yeah.
I've definitely had them deliver me a 6-pack just because I was like, I ran out of beer, I'm drunk, and I don't want to go anywhere, and you're bringing me food. Give me a 12-pack. And they're like,
Although
yep, sure.
from your apartment, you can literally walk to the fucking Circle K.
Yeah,
Shot
allegedly.
in the fucking
I mean,
process.
there were certain times where I was obviously just too drunk where I was like, I don't want to be in public.
So like most of the time.
Most of the time.
I've been there, done that.
Well, I don't know if anybody's got anything else they want to say. We're kind
one
of
more. Yeah, I have one more question that's a little more serious again. What would be your dream lineup to play in? Back on the music topic. Back on why you're here.
Like, so your band playing with
Yeah,
who?
yeah. Like who would you
Yeah.
play with if you had to pick a lineup? I know it's a hard one. You need a second to think
No,
on it.
I actually thought about this today a little bit because I've been asked this question before, and I kind of just threw out names because, like, you know, it was so quick. But I've been like thinking about it. Body Snatcher for sure, as you guys can tell, I'm a
Yep.
huge Body Snatcher fan. Ingested, they're
fuck yeah.
like huge band for me. Knocked Loose.
That'd be
I'm gonna
fucking
try to
fun.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna full send it and just say Avenged Sevenfold. I would literally.
no one's
classic,
gonna
dude.
hold that against
I'm
you.
not going to hold that
No,
against
no,
you at
That's
all.
smart because you're gonna get a lot more fans that way too. And then you're
that's
headlining,
what
of course,
I'm saying.
right, over all these
Oh,
bands.
yeah.
Dead Awake
Yeah,
headlines.
totally, 100%.
Avenged Sevenfold
Or at
opens
least
for Dead
opening for
Awake.
literally literally the band that got me into this shit. I have two bands. I have Linkin Park and I have
Oh,
Avenged
rest in
Sevenfold.
peace, Chester, man.
R.I.P. Chester. Literally
R.I.P.
my
Chester
idol.
from like 5 years ago, and I thought we already moved past that.
Shut the
Hey,
fuck
easy,
up.
chill out.
I'm just kidding. I love Chester. I love Chester.
Canceled.
Fuck off.
Fuck off. No, but
Chris
I
Cornell
get
was
it.
more depressing.
Yeah,
You
no,
don't
this week-
compare the suicides. Which one's worse? You fucking asshole.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter, bro. It all sucks. But like Linkin Park is what got me into like screaming in music because
Yeah.
I was a fan of rap music.
Me too, dude.
Yeah.
I grew up on that.
I'm still a fan of rap music.
Me too.
But I
Of
was
course.
a rap music, and I was a fan of like rock.
And I
then all of a
hated the
sudden,
screaming
like,
shit.
they just like put it together.
And then we got
And-
Limp Bizkit, two worlds collide.
I discovered new metal, you know, and
Yeah.
it was that was when I was like a kid. My sister actually introduced me to Linkin Park, so it's her fault that I'm like this. But I deviated from that for a really long time and didn't even listen to any rock or any metal or anything like that up until somebody showed me Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold, and then I linked up with Garrett, who's my best friend living out in Kansas City, the guy from my high school days, and he was a huge Avenged Sevenfold fan. He showed me all of it, and like I wouldn't be here. That's what brought me back into the world of like rock and metal, you know, like
that's awesome, dude.
because slowly but surely, like it started with like Avenged Sevenfold and Lamb of God, and then all of a sudden,
you trickle
like
down
I
into
found
something heavy as fuck.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
and
exactly.
what happened, the Acacia Strain. Then all of a sudden, I'm going through a prog phase. I'm listening
Yeah.
to Between the like, it's ridiculous how I went down the wormhole. But literally, it would be a dream come true to just even like share a stage with Avenged Sevenfold. Like those dudes are my fucking favorite band of all time. Not Hail to the King. We don't talk about that. But
Hey, there's a couple decent songs on it. I don't mind
that,
if
I'm gonna get a death bat tattooed on my shoulder blades. Like I've been wanting that tattoo since I was a kid. Like Avenged Sevenfold would be an absolute dream come true to play with.
That was the death bat tattoo was like the idea I wanted for my very first tattoo for the longest time, and then I didn't do it.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Is like I don't know why. I was thinking about this the other day. It's like I don't know why all of a sudden it's cringe to like Avenged Sevenfold.
It's
Like,
it's the same thing. It's
We're getting old.
It's Nickelback 2.0. It's why everyone hated Nickelback just because they found a band. They found a reason to make
Nickelback.
Because,
Nickelback's worse than Avenged Sevenfold.
By a lot.
I gotta give you-
but
like,
but
credit
but
there.
like, why is Nickelback worse? Real quick, like, why is it worse? Because they
Avenged
just got
Sevenfold are-
super popular and
Avenged
made really
Sevenfold are
good.
better musicians, truly.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would definitely say technical
yes.
wise, yeah, Avenged Sevenfold's way better. But it's just the fact of it's like
I feel like
I mean,
Avenged Sevenfold spawned a lot of things too, where Nickelback was just doing more of what was
Avenged
already been
Sevenfold-
done.
Yeah.
Avenged Sevenfold.
What other bands did
opened
you
up
get into
metalcore.
thanks to Nickelback?
Avenged Sevenfold.
That doesn't count. That's just because they were probably in the suggested like play.
Well, no,
thing,
it was on the
sound-
radio at the
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
They played
It's different.
Avenged Sevenfold on the
my
radio.
my big thing is, I'm just saying, it's like you can't hate a band because they're popular on the radio.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But
They put X's and O's on the radio. That was the one that got me.
which is
into it.
fucking awesome.
Well, I liked Avenged Sevenfold before that, but yeah, that was they would play those back to back.
And then like it's just nobody wants to appreciate radio rock anymore. It's not cool. Like that's what everyone sees it as. It's like, oh, it's played on the radio. Well, it's not cool. I mean, like you get
We could go in and on about like because my parents listened to Octane like on Sirius XM religiously.
Nice.
which is a great
Dude,
channel.
Spirit Box is on there though. That's a heavy band, and there's some good channel. Yeah, there's some good bands on
And
there.
I'm so glad that like Sirius XM took the time to actually like invest in like heavy music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
awesome.
They have a couple different
But-
metal ones that actually play like a lot of heavy stuff on
Yeah.
it too.
They got the Ozzy station, like all that stuff. But like at the same time, when you listen to it for more than a day, the modern hard rock music that's going on right now, with the exception of like a couple Beartooth songs here and there, you get like it all sounds the same. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
and that was the thing.
People didn't get to see the impact that Avenged Sevenfold really made when they went from fucking sounding the seventh trumpet to Waking the Fallen, and the impact that had,
Yeah.
and then the impact that they had going from Waking the Fallen to City of Evil.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
different.
and
Especially,
I think people just hate on them because they think they're just another Metallica clone. But like, I don't think that's the case at all. Like, it's the same kind of like
No.
realm, metal music and everything like that. Of course, like I mean, who's not influenced by Metallica? Let's
especially
right.
like bands of that age, like
Yeah,
literally. Because I mean,
like, it's just
you had Avenged Sevenfold. I feel like was like the first band to really introduce, especially when like Waking the Fallen era, the first band to really introduce metalcore into popularity at the
Yeah, I
time
would-
that it was coming out.
right. Unholy Confessions made waves, dude. It's insane. Like a lot of people, a lot of like metal historians. I'm just putting that in quotes because
Right.
it's not like but a lot of them quote Avenged Sevenfold being one of the main inventors of what we consider modern metalcore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
The
I
heavy,
see. Yeah.
yeah,
and then the clean vocals and everything like that on the choruses, and the mix between the two. Because like
They wrote
honestly,
the formula.
Sevenfold started like bands like Chiodos, like all the other old school like OG metalcore bands, like really solidified that structure.
It
you
was
know?
really different. Like, I mean, when it first came, I think on Holy Confessions, I heard on like a Counter-Strike video, and it just fucking, I was like, this is way different than most of the shit I listen to.
And then you also had like Avenged Sevenfold when they released that. Then all of a sudden, like a year or two later, you get bands coming on the radio like Killswitch Engage and All That Remains and all that
Story of the
which
year.
It opened the
literally
door.
like introduced us to like that was like the stuff.
A
that,
lot of it.
That was the heaviest stuff I was listening to at the time.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then it turned into Devil Wears Prada, and then fucking the Acacia Strain and the Black Dahlia Murder, and then I started listening to fucking grindcore where literally it just sounds like a bunch of pigs being murdered. Yeah. And I fucking am like, this is the most insane vocals ever. What are they?
Yeah, dude,
I don't know, but it sounds great.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if I'd listen to Victims today if I didn't listen to Breaking Benjamin way back in the day. Just
Yeah,
because
right.
like
Even that.
Blow Me Away slapped when Halo 2 came out.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Is like I literally the WWE games on
Oh,
PS2.
dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, that really opened the door for fucking heavy music for me, dude.
Yes,
that really
honestly,
did.
that's
That
how I
really
found
did.
those games. That's how I found Seven Dust. That's how I
Yeah.
found fucking Breaking Benjamin. That's how I found Non-Point.
Yeah, non-point bullet, dude. That song is so sick, dude. That song is so goes
think
so
another one
hard.
that-
I recently like re-listened to it, and I'm like, yeah, that song still goes.
Also, another game series that
Corny,
really
but so good.
another game series that really opened up a lot of doors musically was the Burnout series. Like I remember Burnout 3 soundtrack. Oh my god.
Yep.
A lot of good shit, man.
Well, we were supposed to end it a little bit.
It's always good when you just carry on. I like
Exactly.
I always enjoy it when we start getting on topics and we keep getting content out of, and
the good old
it's always
Midwest
a good time.
goodbye.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
is.
As you get me talking about Avenged Sevenfold, you will never shut me.
I know it's not
I
your
will-
fault. You're good, dude.
I will die on that hill. They're one of the greatest bands that have ever come out ever.
So, do you want to plug your stuff?
All right, so everyone
Promote
comment
yourself.
how much you hate
Hey,
Avenged
shout-
Sevenfold, and then I want you to reply to all of them individually.
Give any shout outs to your haters.
Shout out to Avenged Sevenfold haters.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, check out my band Dead Awake. It's dead/awake. We have a new album coming out September 3rd called Melancholia. Our next single is August 13th. It's called Introspection. New music video coming out for that as well. And we already have
Sweet.
Gallows 3 out on Slam Worldwide if you want to see me dressed like a hick and look like an idiot.
Yeah,
Check
we're
it out,
gonna
everybody.
put that in the-
Slamming Mountain
in our
Dews.
break and our outro, so
Yeah.
everyone will get to see that too.
We have all of our other music on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon Music, and everything like that.
On title, ooh.
Yeah, oh, dude, the payouts.
Super legit.
Payouts are amazing. Like Tidal gives back to the artists, and it's
That's fucking
incredible.
sick, dude.
Like, shout out to Tidal.
Shout out title.
Yeah, and thank you guys for letting me be on. You know, I always enjoy these conversations.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously,
Oh, anytime, dude.
No,
Oh yeah, dude. I'm sure we'll have you on again too.
Great. hell yeah, I would love to.
Yeah,
Anytime.
maybe we can see if we can get like you and one of the Michaels to come on or something,
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, or both the Michaels.
or both the Michaels.
And we definitely
Or the
come
whole
out to some of your
band
shows
for
in the future.
The Screw City fucking crossover, the Dead Awake, you know? We got to do a
hell yeah.
crossover show.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
let's do
Fuck
that.
you guys, I'll chat like right after we're done here.
All right.
All right, man.
All right, thanks so much, Dylan. We appreciate you. Thank
All
you
right,
everyone
man.
for
Thanks for
watching
stopping
and
by.
listening.
We'll see you next week.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.